The vegan diet claims to save your health and the planet. The carnivore diet says humans were meant to eat only meat. But what really happens when you follow either of these extremes long-term? The answer might shock you, because both diets can heal or harm, depending on how they're done. Let's break down the science. No bias, no agenda, just facts. The vegan diet eliminates all animal products: meat, dairy, eggs, even honey. Studies show it can lower the risk of heart disease, obesity, and certain cancers. For example, a 2019 review in Nutrients found vegans had lower LDL cholesterol and blood pressure compared to omnivores. Another study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that plant-based diets are linked to a 25% lower risk of ischemic heart disease. But that doesn't mean it's perfect. Vegan diets can lead to vitamin B12 deficiency, low iron, and reduced muscle mass if not well planned. Your brain and nervous system rely on B12, and it's only naturally found in animal foods. So while vegans may live lighter and cleaner, they must supplement smartly or risk long-term neurological issues. The carnivore diet is the opposite, 100% animal-based: meat, eggs, butter, and salt. Advocates say it improves mental clarity, reduces inflammation, and reverses autoimmune conditions. Some short-term studies support these claims. A 2021 survey published in Current Developments in Nutrition found that carnivore diet followers reported better energy, mental focus, and weight loss within 6 months. However, there's a catch. Long-term, the lack of fiber, antioxidants, and plant nutrients can raise your risk for colon cancer, kidney strain, and heart disease. A Harvard Health Review warns that excess red meat consumption, especially processed meats, is linked to higher mortality risk. So, while short-term benefits can be real, longevity data is not in favor of going full carnivore. Let's compare nutrients, head-to-head, because this is where things get interesting. Backhand index pointing right: protein. Vegan diets provide moderate protein, mostly from plants, but many of those are incomplete proteins. The carnivore diet, on the other hand, gives you plenty of complete proteins from animal sources. Backhand index pointing right: vitamin B12, iron, and zinc. Vegans often struggle with these. They're much lower or harder to absorb from plants. Carnivores get plenty, sometimes even too much. Backhand index pointing right: fiber and antioxidants. Here, the vegan diet wins easily. It's packed with fiber, phytonutrients, and plant antioxidants that protect your gut and cells. The carnivore diet has zero fiber, none at all. Backhand index pointing right: omega-3 fats. Unless vegans supplement with algae-based omega-3s, they can run low. Carnivores who eat fatty fish like salmon get a good amount naturally. Backhand index pointing right: saturated fat. Vegan diets are generally low. Carnivore diets are very high, especially if heavy on red meat and butter. So what does this mean? Science says both sides miss something crucial. Vegans often miss key micronutrients. Carnivores miss plant compounds that keep inflammation down and the gut microbiome healthy. Your gut bacteria thrive on fiber and polyphenol, both completely missing in the carnivore diet. Meanwhile, vegan diets may lead to low bioavailable iron and zinc, causing fatigue, weakness, or anemia. So neither diet is automatically healthier. It all depends on what you replace and how you balance it. Long-term health outcomes depend on diversity, nutrient density, and inflammation control. A 2020 meta-analysis in BMJ Nutrition showed that plant-based eaters have lower all-cause mortality, but mainly because they eat fewer processed foods, not just because they avoid meat. Meanwhile, traditional hunter-gatherer diets like the Inuit or Maasai, heavy in animal foods, showed no major heart disease until modern processed foods entered their diets. So maybe the real enemy isn't meat or plants, it's industrial ultra-processing, the sugar, seed oils, and refined grains that hijack both camps. Science points to one conclusion: extremes rarely work long-term. A smart approach might be a flexitarian model, mostly plant-based, with selective high-quality animal foods. Think of it as herb 80% plants for antioxidants and fiber, cut of meat 20% ethically sourced meat or eggs for B12, iron, and complete protein. This balance supports heart health, hormone function, and longevity, without the deficiencies or inflammation of either extreme. So instead of choosing sides, choose nutrient completeness over ideology. At the end of the day, your body doesn't care about labels. It cares about nutrients, balance, and variety. Vegan or carnivore, both can work short-term, both can fail long-term. What matters most is whether your diet nourishes your cells and supports your life, not just your beliefs.